Hi everyone, welcome to Border Tanks with stewiejp. I'm stewiejp, you're not, and this is Elite Commando. This is a foursome featuring the amazing Batchat and the great work that Elite Commando from Crazy Clan's been doing with his favourite tier 10 medium tank. Well, I guess it's his favourite. It's my favourite. I reckon this tank is absolutely awesome. Of course, the Batchat 25t is the original tier 10 French medium tank, the original tier 10 autoloader. It's got a 5-shell clip, average 390 hit points of damage per shot, 259 penetration with APCR rounds, which is standard, 330 with the heat rounds. You can see that. The Commando's got 25 APCR rounds loaded, 5 heat rounds in this battle on Muravenka, and he's going down to exactly where the medium tanks normally do their business on this map. Now this is a foursome, a 4-battle video, all featuring Elite Commando in his Batchat on his road to making some marks of excellence. The first shot bounces the T10, the second shot misses entirely, the third shot looks like it might have bounced him as well. The fourth and the fifth don't though. So he got 2 out of 5, 821 damage in that little shooting spree, and rather than run away while he's reloading, because he hasn't been lit, he stays in a place where he can continue to keep the tanks lit. That he lights up the enemy Batchat, or maybe the baby Batchat did. You can see the baby Batchat clearly got lit because he's taken some damage from the Batchat on the enemy side, but Elite Commando's 6th sense has not gone off, and that tells me that he still hasn't been lit as he moves back forward towards the bushes to try and get some vision for his team, even though he's still reloading, or he's nearly finished now. Focusing on the T10, bounces him again, been a little bit unlucky in this game, doesn't bounce the second shot, bounces the third. One more shot will be enough. He's got 2 shells left in his clip, as it looks like the T10 is starting to back up again. This one won't bounce surely. Picks up his kill and takes a reload as the enemy Batchat, or maybe somebody else, lights him up as he runs away for the reload. His team in a bit of trouble, down 1 to 3 at this stage. Now this is still, I'm still doing patch 9.17.1 replays. These 4 are all from patch 9.171, and the next video will be as well, but then we'll be straight into a little bit of patch 9.18 action, probably featuring some new patch clan wars first up once we finish these old patch replays. 1-3 this is the score. He's picked up 1400 hit points of damage so far. He's got a little bit of spotting damage, but he's moving back towards his base now, because let's look at the map. This team is in a hell of a lot of trouble, down 2 to 4 as the TVP, the other autoloader, picks up a kill on the T32. Looks like the majority of the enemy side, they were last spotted around this place where traditionally heavy tanks go. They've only got 3 heavy tanks the enemy side, but Elite Commando's side did have 3, now they only have 1. He moves up to this little, I think it's a water tank, I'm not really sure what that thing is. Baby Batchat picks up the kill on the defender as Elite Commando keeps moving out, wants to get some vision. He's basically trying to protect this artillery and these other guys who were up here at A3 from getting overrun. The T25 Pilot 1, Type 4 heavy, which can be challenging to get rid of with all its hit points and armour, but it is big and slow though. T54 E1, Scorpion G, AT15, all last seen pushing down this way as Elite Commando puts a nice shot into the turret of the Tier 9 Japanese super heavy tank, puts a second shot in. Another one, will he blind fire? I reckon he will. Picks up the kill on the Tier 9 Japanese heavy tank. Takes another reload. He's only got 12 APCR rounds, and this is probably the only downside of the Batchat. It only holds 30 rounds of ammunition, and when you're getting to this stage of the game, okay, he's got 12. That's 2.5, or just under 2.5 clips, so he's going to have to take a reload clip at some stage during this game. Again, not running away, keeping the AT-15 lit so his friendly tanks can put some damage into the Tier 8 British tank destroyer. He's waiting for that. That's always the way with a Batchat. You always get nice side shots when you're still reloading. It always seems to be the way anyway. Still requesting fire on that AT-15. He's down to 300 hit points. He's picked up over 2,000 assisted damage in this game already, and of course assisted damage greatly goes towards your score in any tank. He's hoping somebody else can shoot it. The artillery are letting him know that they're reloading. He fires a shot, but it goes a little bit high. He is a one-shot, that AT-15. Of course, Elite Commando doesn't want to waste his hit points. Just doing a great job maintaining vision on these enemy tanks. And he decides that T-54E1 will be a nice juicy target. He's been lit. You can see the Tier 10 Swedish tank destroyer turning to face Elite Commando's way, so he continues to move. Takes another reload by hitting the reload button. 4-7 the score. The team's still in a little bit of trouble. Elite Commando's picked up 2 kills, 3,267 hit points of damage, 2,285 assisted damage, and he's doing a brilliant job keeping these enemy tanks up. Just picked up another 301 assisted damage for the kill on that Tier 8 British tank destroyer. Bit of pinging of the map happening. He's keeping these enemy tanks lit. The Type 5 Heavy's probably been lit by the Leopard, or maybe the baby Batchat on the other side of the map. But Elite Commando gets lit again, maybe by the pilot. That pilot hasn't been seen for a long time. He could be hiding in amongst these houses here at E1. 6-7 to score. Artillery swings and misses towards Elite Commando. Always a good feeling when that happens. You can see the Leopard and the baby Batchat a little bit hesitant to push through this forest because that pilot's just been lit and the enemy Batchat has just been killed by the baby Batchat. 7-7 the score. 3,267 damage from Elite Commando. 2,500 assisted damage, but his team continuing to die. The artillery, the Tier 10 French artillery, gets killed on Elite Commando's side as he gets lit, and he's got these tank destroyers to contend with. Swedish STRV 103B as well as the Scorpion G, and a Tier 9 Swedish tank destroyer also in the vicinity of Elite Commando. He does have a full clip ready, but he's hoping his artillery teammates can help him out a little bit. Not really sure what that Tiger 2's doing. That Tiger 2 hasn't moved too far all game. I'm not really sure what he's going to do there. Maybe he's, I don't know what he's doing there. 7-8 the score. He's pinging the help key. It looks like somebody's aiming at that T-54E1. Elite Commando doesn't want to get into a brawling match with the auto-loading Tier 9 American medium tank, but he will if he has to. He does have the health. He's got 1,373 hit points remaining, which is a lot more than the T-54E1 on 607. But here we've got to be careful of this. Looks like the Stridsvagen just fired. Artillery shoots. He bounces the Tier 10 Stridsvagen as he keeps the Tier 9s lit up. Just waiting for an opportunity, Elite Commando. This is going to be a bit of a long, drawn-out game, but he's showing great patience and great resilience to try and keep these enemy tanks lit up and keep that gun firing. There's a good one. He tracks the Swedish tank destroyer. Looks like he fixed his tracks, and Elite Commando tracks him again. One more shot should be enough. This will even the scoreboard up if he gets the kill. He does. That's his 3rd kill. 4,500 hit points of damage as he's taking a reload. And this is what I was talking about ammunition. He's only got 3 APCR rounds left before he needs to switch to heat. And to get a to get a full clip, he'll need to switch to heat rounds, but he's not. He's letting his teammates know that he's only got 3 shells left. As he tries to carry this game. T92, an STRV 103, and 2 T9 artilleries, T25 pilot, and a Scorpion G left on the enemy side. You'd think with their tier advantage they might have the edge, Elite Commando's side, but his ammunition is going to be what may let him down. 3 enemy artilleries. He wants to hope he's no longer spotted sitting there. I think the enemy arty probably can't shoot him next to that red house, but a lot of ping going on. The Tiger 2 finally moving up. The STRV S1 premium Swedish tank destroyer moving up with him to provide some support, and they really want to try and flank the Scorpion G and pilot, I think, which will last both spotted at the bottom of this little hill. He moves forward, he gets lit, cops a shot from the STRV 103, that's the Tier 9. Artillery gets a nice shot in for 600 odd hit points of damage, which he gets the assisted damage for. He'll be hoping his teammates can push a little bit, just going into the STRV's on full health, the Tigers on 900, Leopards quite rightly taking his time because he hasn't got many hit points left. Of course, the Scorpion G and the STRV got a pretty decent gun on him. Give some good advice to the Tiger to start moving in the chat. 9 all the score. 4,500 damage done exactly. 390 damage blocked. Nearly 4,000 assisted damage. He knows he's in for a good game, but he wants to turn this good game into a win. You can even you can see he's got 1 mark of excellence on his gun barrel, and these 4 replays featuring Elite Commando, you might pick up another one. Let's have a look. Giving the Tiger some advice to move forward and try and get vision on the Scorpion G and the STRV. He looks like he's quite hesitant to do so. You can see the Leopard 1 on the mini-map moving out back towards a magical forest to try and maybe get some vision from a different side. Tiger indicating that he's going to move forward, but he hasn't yet. Leopard 1 on the STRV moving through the centre, which you can see on the map. Somebody spots the STRV on 855 hit points. Now, Elite Commando could get rid of him if he lands every shell, but he probably doesn't want to give away his position, not at this stage of the game anyway, because they might all still be aiming his way. 855 hit points on the STRV. Elite Commando's realised no one else is going to shoot, so he may as well. Looks like he might be lining him up. Puts at least 1 shell into him, possibly 2. He's got 1 APCR round left. Be a shame to not use it. So he moves forward, trying to get some more vision. There's the Scorpion. Fires clutch and lands it. And of course now he's on the reload with his last 5 remaining shells. The 5 heat rounds. Artillery looks like he splashed the Scorpion G a little bit. Enemy artillery fired towards Elite Commando, but didn't manage to hit him, which is always a good feeling. 5,287 hit points of damage, nearly 4,000 assisted damage from Elite Commando in his Batchat. The Leopard gets taken out by the pilot, which leaves the STRV-S1 pretty much all alone with that pilot. Looks like the pilot's running away. The pilot has the majority of the health. Scorpion G looks focused on the Tiger 2, so Elite Commando doing what a medium tank does well, going for the flanking manoeuvre on the Scorpion G. There he is, 1 shot will be enough, picks up his 4th kill, evens the score up again, 10 apiece, but he's only got 4 shells left. Cops a shot from the Stritzwagen, also gets ammo rack, probably doesn't really need to fix it, well, he can't fix it anyway. I don't know if he probably should have taken the shot on the STRV. I'm not really sure why he didn't, but the artillery does its job and gets rid of the tier 9 tank destroyer. It was 11-12 the score now. Elite Commando on 4 kills. He's only got 4 shells left. He's just been lit by that T-25 pilot, so he knows he's going to be aiming his way. He's only on 63 hit points. Artillery shoots and misses. Auto aims on the T-25 Pilot 1 as the American premium medium tank gets unlit. And unfortunately cops it. Looks like he did get a shell into him. The artillery picked up the kill on the T-25 Pilot 1, but it looks like with just a minute left in the game, it looks like it's going to be a draw. 2 artilleries on Elite Commando's team, the M40, M43 and the M53, M55, the Tier 8 and the Tier 9 American artilleries versus a T92, an FV3805 and a Tier 9 American artillery. Looks like they're all heading for the water. I'm not sure. I hope they're not going to drown. It's been too good a game to throw it away by drowning. I think they're probably going to both try and just hide the rest of the game out and hang out for a draw. Three kills to the M53. He's had a pretty good game. Elite Commando on 4 kills and with just 15 seconds left. Without giving too much away, it just turns into a draw, which is what nobody really wants. But you can see that Elite Commando had an absolute ripper. Regardless of the result, he had an absolute ripper. Picked himself up an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge for his efforts. A Bruiser, Fighter, Fire for Effect, High Caliber, and of course the Patrol Duty Medal for all that spotting damage on Miravenka. On the second page, 6,308 hit points of damage, 4 kills, 857 base experience, a heap of medals. He fired 27 shots. Out of his 30 that he started with, 24 went through, 19 did damage, 6,308 hit points of damage, 4,280 damage upon detecting, and that's why he got an Ace Tanker. Profitable game too, firing mainly standard rounds, 39,000 credits after tax in a Tier 10 battle. Anyone said you can't make money in Tier 10 games, even when it's a draw. That was an epic performance by Elite Commando. Unfortunate not to pick up the win on that occasion, but let's see how he goes in this second replay. This second replay is again letting the teammates know what he intends to do. This time is on Malinovka. I always confuse those two maps. Maybe I'm getting old, I'm not sure. Now this game is it's not going to be a long draw. This is going to be fast and furious, so don't blink. Whatever you do, don't blink while you're watching this one. You might miss some action on Malinovka as Elite Commando moves to the middle of the map looking for vision, even though his gun's not loaded yet, looking for some vision on the enemy team, trying to get some spots, trying to work out exactly where they're going in this encounter battle. He goes down with the Bulldog down into the water to get into this little ridge line there, which he should be safe from artillery. Letting the M41 Walker Bulldog know, I've got this shit, hold my beer, get out of here, as he looks towards the KV4, puts a shot into the side of the turret. Of course the KV4, no match for a Tier 10 medium tank, and especially one with a gun like the Batchat. Puts his third shell in, he's not going to miss any of these shots, puts another shot into the KV4, and that KV4 vastly caught out of position as his whole shell does 1,700 damage, the full amount of health of the Tier 8 Russian heavy tank as he takes a reload. One zips the score, 1,700 damage, 419 assisted damage. Sounds like the Bulldogs having a bit of a pure match with that STRV S1 Tier 8 Premium Swedish tank destroyer. The M4A1 Reveloir picks up the kill and makes the score 2-0 as Elite Commando's gun nearly comes back into the game. So he reloaded just in time because the RU has decided, I'm going YOLO, I'm going to get this bloke. He puts 2 shots into Tier, it's still a Tier 8 at this stage because it's patch 9.17. Puts 2 shots into the Russian light tank before the Panther 8.8, sniping from back here, picks up the kill. As Elite Commando starts aiming towards the Type 4 Heavy. Not too happy with the angle of the turret, but he puts a shot in anyway. He gets spotted, puts another shot into the Japanese Tier 8. Nothing wrong with the accuracy of this French gun. It is an absolute ripper. Takes another reload. He's got 16 APCR rounds left. Hopefully he doesn't run out like he almost did last game. 4-1's a score. 3,500 damage done. A little bit of assisted damage as well as he stays in the middle, helping his team with his vision and shooting into the side of those heavy tanks that are pushing up towards the hill. Firmly got his eyes and gun aimed at the T69, the 4-shot auto-loading American medium tank. Trying to outrun the American's gun. Puts 2 shots into him. That sends him back to the garage. That's his second kill. He's got 3 bullets left. M41 doesn't look like a juicy enough target for Elite Commando, so it looks like he might be going on an arty run, and there it is. Always a good feeling to pick up a kill. Tracks the Conqueror, shoots, I think the Conqueror just fired then, and he bounces with the last shell of his clip. Does pick up a little bit of assisted damage, but not lucky enough to pick up the kill. He really should be on 3 kills, but he's having a pearler. 4,612 damage, 795 assisted damage in this game in the Batchat. 8-1 the score now, and this is again, that's what happens when you're in a Batchat. Whenever you're reloading, the enemy seem to present themselves with a nice, soft, juicy target that dearly love to put a shell into the Type 61, but looks like he's going to be gone by the time he's loaded. So he's going to have a look at the M41 Walker Bulldog at tier 7 in this batch. Picks up the kill on the American auto loader. Puts a shell in the back of the head of the Type 61. That's his 4. That's 4 kills as he takes another reload. 11 threes to score. 5,105 hit points of damage. 1,048 assisted damage as he starts climbing this hill to flank these enemy tanks. T62A, the Emil 1, the Oho, and the T26E5 Tier 8 Premium American Heavy Tank, the Patriot, all up on top of this hill. And Elite Commander wants to get up there and get a little bit of that action, because the game, let's be honest, the game has already been won. He keeps moving forward. He's using the undulations of the land to protect himself from the Patriot. Looks like the Patriot's focusing on someone else. He's focused on Elite Commando now, but it doesn't matter because now he's dead. Cops a couple of shots, picks up 2 kills in 2 shots. That's the Top Gun. That's his 6th kill. And he's got 3 bullets left. He'd love to use him. He'd love to pick up another kill on the T62A. But the Batchat artillery does the job. So thanks for muzzle. Just get some on the Emil. There's one shot into him. Another one should be enough. Just misses at the Bulldog. Steals the kill, but Elite Commando picks up a Top Gun and an absolute ripper of a game. As we have another quick look at the post-game battle results. There's still 2 more after this one. It's another Ace Tanker Mastery Badge for Elite Commando. The road to 2 marks on the Batchat, game number 2. That's what he's called this replay. Bruiser, Fire for Effect, High Caliber, and of course the Top Gun. Have a look at all those tanks that he spotted, damaged, destroyed. Absolutely smashed it. 6,175 damage, 6 kills, 1,250 base experience. Nobody else came anywhere near it. A couple did over 2,000, but that's about it. And of course another tidy profit, 61,000 credits after tax with a premium account. He fired 21 shots, 20 hit, only missed 1 shot, 18 did damage, and that was enough for an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. As we move on to the game number 3, featuring Elite Commando in his tier 10 French auto-loading medium tank, the Batchat. This time it's on steps. And this time it's a normal game, and again sticking with the 25 APCR rounds and 5 heat. Looks like he's going to move along to the east, the eastern part of this map, where all the business seems to happen on steps. Get some vision on the enemy Leopard tank. Still waiting for his gun to load as he hides behind this little ridge line. Doesn't pick up the assisted damage for that. I think the WZ might have. As the T57 Heavy, the American auto-loading heavy tank, gets taken out of the game. Elite Commando just looking for some opportunities here. Looking at the minimap, you can see the vast majority of his team are going for this eastern flank, so they need to not stuff around. They need to get stuck right in, because nobody's sort of looking along this western side, which is not unusual on steps. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Big shot just went into that Emil, or the Emil 2. Elite Commando choosing not to join in that little engagement. I'm not sure why. Look, maybe he's thinking maybe there could be something heading up this way. Bit of a slow start by Elite Commando standards, but don't worry, he'll be getting stuck in pretty soon. Maybe he's looking for an opportunity to try and flank this big group of tanks on the eastern flank, or maybe look for something else that might be camping at the base. Looks like the Leopard 1's going through the central road. That's what he's looking for, the T57 Heavy. This is where he wants to get this gun singing. He's aiming towards him. His sixth sense finally goes off. Lands another shot right on the top of the turret. He's got 2 shells left. Is he going to be able to use them? What's he going to do? Elite Commando is always full of surprises. Looking at the grill. Shoots and tracks the German Tier 10 tank destroyer. Puts another shot into him, but now he's on the reload again. Picked up 1,569 damage out of that clip. I think think four of those shells did damage. His team's down a tank, but it's not over yet. They've got a good presence on this eastern side, but looks like there's a lot of enemy tanks pushing straight up there. They've gotten rid of a Leopard and WZ. That Leopard that went down the central road is no longer in the game. It looks like all of those 4 tanks, looks like they're all looking for artillery on the northern side of the railway line. They found the STB. Lead Commando trying to help his STB as quick as he can. The IS-4 is looking the opposite way. He shoots him, doesn't even scratch him, and he thinks I've got a better idea. I don't really need to be facing 3 or 4 guns all on my own at the same time. They're all going to be aimed at me, so I'm out of here. And it looks like his team is starting to fall back, maybe to look at those 3 or 4 enemy tanks that are up there. The M53, M55 picks up a kill on that Emil 2. It's the same tank that he shot earlier on in the game. And with all these tanks up here in the north and a few spotted around here, the Commando knows he's got an advantage on this eastern side, so he's going to try and maybe help his teammates, maybe inspire them to have a little bit of a mini push and try and regain the lead as he puts a shot into the side of the object 140, and he picks up the kill as well. That's his first kill. Nearly 2,000 damage done in this game. Good map awareness. He's worked out this is where their advantage is. They need to push it, so he's trying to get his teammates to get stuck in. He's only got 2 shells left. That should be enough for the WZ-120 Tier 9 Chinese medium tank as he pulls back and reloads. Still a number of enemy tanks just north of this railway line. But again, their advantage might be to get rid of the SDRV-103B and the T-57 if they can. Not sure if that's the same T-57 that he shot. I don't think it is the one that he shot earlier. Continues to move forward, providing vision for his team and getting that beautiful French gun ready for a little bit of work. He would have been lit there, I reckon. I'd be surprised if he wasn't. Yes, his 6th sense goes off. Auto aims at the T-57 heavy. Picks up the kill. Which way is that? SDRV-103B is certainly aiming at Elite Commando. Waits till he's behind him. And this is where he just farmed damage. Doesn't want to get in front of him, but the side's okay. That's his 4th kill in this game. Elite Commando in the Batchat, the original Tier 10 French medium tank, crashes into the dead guy that he just killed a few minutes ago. 4 kills, 3,517 hit points of damage, plus a little bit of assisted damage. Looks like most of the enemy tanks is where Elite Commando is pinging the map. They're all over the cap. Content to let this tank destroyer go for the enemy artillery, who, let's be honest though, that's a French Tier 10 artillery. Quickest artillery in the game, I believe. I reckon he could be absolutely anywhere. As Elite Commando lines up the T11OE4. The first shot goes a little bit high. It's continuing to move forward. Needs to be mindful of that grill. That'll be a painful shot if he cops a shot from the German tank destroyer. Looks like he might be aiming his way. He shoots and misses, which is always a good feeling. Elite Commando picks up some assisted damage on the grill. Waste his time aiming at the well-angled T11OE4. Instead, wants to get rid of that grill. 9-7's the score, 3,500 damage done. Decent amount of assisted damage too. Looks like the E4's just fired. The grill's aiming his way. Puts a shot into him. Looks like the grill duffed his shot. So Elite Commando won't duff this one. That's his 5th kill. Gets rid of the Tier 10 German tank destroyer. Takes another reload. He's got 8 APCR rounds left and 5 heat. He's probably going to need a few of them. His teammates are coming back. Yes, the enemy team are capping, but no, they're not capping anymore as the defender, the Object 252U, gets killed by the grill. Cops a little bit of splash damage from enemy artillery, which is, of course, Tier 8. Tier 8 American artillery as he starts moving in. He wants to get rid of this T11OE4 before he goes chasing these artillery pieces. He knows the American artillery's just fired and he's got the back and the side of this turreted American tank destroyer. Tracked him, put a bit of damage in, and now it's time to go hunting for artillery. The M43 has been spotted once by the Scorpion G. Somebody's pinging back here, I'm not sure. Maybe that's where the little Frenchie's gone. He's got 3 shells left, but he won't need them all. Yes, there, that is where the Frenchie's gone. Clearly somebody got shot by him. And that French Batchat will be... I don't know. What's he going to be thinking? He's going to be thinking this is all over. 14 to 9. 4,500 damage done. 1,700 assisted damage. He auto aims at the Batchat artillery. Puts 1 shot in. And another one. Confirms the top gun with a comfortable win on steps. 15 to 9. Elite Commando. What a player. What a game. It was an absolute ripper. And before we move on to the final battle, let's have a quick look at these results. It's another ace tanker. That's his 3rd game in these 4 games that he sent me. A foursome featuring the French Tier 10 auto-loading medium tank. It's an ace tanker. Bruiser, 5 for effect and the top gun. And yet again, he well and truly carried it. The M53, M55 didn't have a bad game with 4,263 damage, but Elite Commando absolutely carried that one. Just over 5,000 damage for his 6 kills. And of course, 1,700 assisted damage would have contributed nicely to another ace tanker replay. 64 and a bit thousand credits after tax, and that's with a premium account. As we move on to the 4th and final battle featuring Elite Commando. This time it's on mines, and let's see what he's going to do here. What's he going to do in this beautiful French auto-loading medium tank? He's not stuffing around. Looks like he's going directly for the centre, where all the action happens on this map, especially with medium tanks. He's not going to be loaded though by the time he gets there, so hugs this rock just to make sure nobody sends him back to the garage too early. Number of tier 8s and 9s in this game, which would prove to be nice, juicy, soft targets for the Batchat. See the 2 Batchats on the enemy side have chosen to go the 1-2 line. As Elite Commando moves back and thinks, well, we may as well grab this central hill then. If those 2 Batchats and the UDES down the 1-2 line, doesn't leave many tanks to push up towards the centre. Doesn't leave many quick tanks anyway. Not many other fast tanks. I mean, the Grill's got a bit of speed, but he's not going to be leading the charge. Same as the AMX 30. All the rest are reasonably slow, with the exception of the light tanks. And of course, they're not going to be trying to contest the hill all by themselves either. Getting a little bit crowded for Elite Commando in that little corner, so he needs to chooses to move around and maybe take a different direction. The enemy team all over the place. There's a few down here in the corner. There's a few looks like they might be camping, and there's a number on the northeastern flank being held up by the IS-7 and the IS. Not sure what that IS is doing. Yeah, he's platooned up with a tier 8. That's probably why there's a tier 7 heavy tank in a tier 10 game. With some nice damage into the Scorpion G, as well as the AMX 30. He's lining up the back of that Scorpion G. Fires blindly, no idea if that shot hit or not. And there's a little RU-251. Looks like he's trying to do one of those cheeky boosts on mines as Elite Commando takes a reload. He's down by a tank. His team's down by a tank, but it's still early days. Anything could happen. Enemy tanks all over the place. The Batchat last spotted in here. Another Batchat in the UDES, all the way down to the K1. A lot in the northeast, which is probably what they should be trying to focus on. And AMX 1375 could be absolutely anywhere by now. As Elite Commando waits for his gun to reload. It's the only painful thing about the Batchat. Sometimes you're just waiting for the reload. It seems like forever, but it's still a beautiful little tank. They're down 1 to 3. But Elite Commando's just warming up. Picks up a little bit of assisted damage on the VK. Down 1 to 6. 3 tanks get killed in quick succession here on mines. And of course, Elite Commando's thinking, gee, what can I do now? The gun's only just loaded. Decides to have a look towards the south. Kill shot on that Batchat would be very, very handy. Doesn't manage to land it. Does get spotted though, so he needs to be careful. 4 enemy tanks that we know of has gone down the south. Not sure what this Spick's doing here. He's probably feeling a little bit overwhelmed being in a tier 10 game. Of course, that's one of the changes in patch 9.18. This is from 917, and he fires blindly towards the STRV. STRV. Who dares to think it was? But anyway, 110. They're getting absolutely walloped. Not a good game to finish this foursome on, but he's decided now it's time to start picking off these tanks one by one. Picks up the kill on the Scorpion G and the RU251. His tracks eat the shots from the WZ131, but he's got a skedaddle because he's reloading again. 411, maybe they're going to come back. Who knows? The Batchat picks up the kill on the other Batchat on the enemy side. As Elite Commando waits for his French gun to reload. They're down 4-12, so it's 3 versus 11. Just got to try and outvision these tanks from the hill. See if they can turn what was looking like a whopping defeat into a victory. Who knows? Anything can happen. 5-12's the score. Autowains at the RHM. 2 shots should be enough to pick up the kill. Takes a little bit of damage from the WZ and loses his commander. But a quick tap of his 5 key fixes his commander. The other Batchat is on the reload. 3 shots, 3 shells should be enough to kill this 1375. Oh, they've got to penetrate. The first one doesn't, the second one does, and the third one picks up the kill on the tier 7 French light tank. Looks like the other Batchat finished his reload. Elite Commando on 4 kills, but the other Batchat gets taken out. It's 1 versus 8 now. This is going to be an absolute miracle. As goes for a bit of an arty run. 1s or 8's it's a bit of a case of catch me if you can as he waits for that French gun to reload. This will be absolutely amazing if he pulls off this win. I don't know. Benny Bum in Burke Street. 7-14 is the score. Auto aims on the AMX 30. Probably trying to scare him away. Picks up a kill on the AMX 30. Going hugging the grill. Cops a shot from the grill, but 2 more shells should be enough to pick him off and confirm the top gun, and it brings the score back to 10-14. But no, the artillery gets the kill in the end. But he's got nothing to be ashamed of in that defeat, and of course that's the reason it's gone up there. Even though it was only a second class, he still had a pretty good game, and he picked up his second mark of excellence in one of the most popular tier 10 auto-loading medium tanks, the Batchat 25t Elite Commando in that game. Also picked up the Bruiser Jeweler, Fire for Effects, High Caliber and Top Gun. He did all he could in that battle. 5,260 damage and 6 kills, but too many passengers by a long way. Too many people did far too little in that game. The enemy team, hats off to them. They did the right thing and they won it fair and square. But Elite Commando had another pretty good game. 37,500 credits after tax, 20 shots fired, 18 hits, 17 did damage, 5,260, and that is that. Foursome, the Foursome featuring the Batchat 25t, the French medium tank, the original tier 10 French medium tank, the autoloader. Thanks for the replays, Elite Commando. I appreciate it a hell of a lot. They were absolutely fantastic, and well done for getting a couple of marks of excellence on a tank that's not that easy to play. Everyone for watching, thanks very much. I'm stewiejp, you're not. Take care. See you all next time.